you very much, Andrew, and welcome everybody. Let's just take a quick look at the agenda for today's presentation. I'm going to set a little bit of context around our view of cloud technology, talking a little about what's happening out in the industry at the moment. Keith will then take over talking about technological considerations, really giving you a better understanding of cloud and focusing a lot on one of the key aspects of it, which is interoperability. We'll hand over to Ken, and Ken's going to take you through looking at the planning of a move into cloud and really the road to adoption and what you should be looking out for and how we see other organizations moving into this particular space. And then I'll take over again at the end and just give a brief little summary before we move into a Q&A session. So, looking at the industry at the moment, the key word really is scrutiny. The whole industry is under extreme scrutiny, whether it's the safety of drugs. Of course, patient safety is the #1 concern out there, or it's to do with the economic conditions, the costs of new drugs, and certainly organizations like NICE in the UK have been very focused for some years now on seeing new drugs that come to market have a greater degree of efficacy than their nearest competitor and match that to an appropriate price point. So really the pharmaceutical companies are under incredible pressure, particularly for the fact as we've seen that a lot of the larger pharmaceutical companies are seeing a lot of patents dropping off. The blockbusters are not giving them the revenue that they've had previously, and we're seeing that R&D budgets are starting to be cut. So it's in the news daily, we're all aware of it, and scrutiny is really coming externally but also internally. And if we have a look at some of the internal scrutiny that companies and organizations are currently facing, we can see that you've got a lot of situations in organizations where departments are acting almost like their own companies. They're making their own discrete decisions about technology that they use. They often operate independently. There's little communication. There's little in the way of shared goals. Often they're completely misaligned, the goals between different departments. And there's often replication of the same type of technology in multiple instances of it across a particular organization. So there's a lot of inefficiencies. And with that come the usual sort of add-ons to this, which is overly complex workflows and far too much overhead, a disproportionate amount of expensive overhead. So the move now in the industry is to find broad-based effectiveness, how they can break down these silos, how they can increase operational effectiveness and efficiency. A recent poll gave some interesting results done by IDG last year, and it was really around garnering opinion of the value of cloud-based applications and what they brought in the e-clinical space. And you can see that it's really led by the access to critical business data. The industry is wanting to make faster and better and higher quality decisions in order to facilitate getting better quality drugs to market faster and as economically efficiently as possible. But part of this process just isn't about the technology giving access to that data. It's about allowing employees to collaborate better. It's breaking down these operational silos. And the catalyst of this is really seen as IT. And the reason that IT is seen as this catalyst is because it's relying on the most innovative technology to be able to facilitate all of this. And in order to do that in the most effective manner, IT has to be flexible. And the cloud enables IT departments to be far more agile in having access and delivery of particular items of technology within the e-clinical space. So really, there are some very strong benefits towards moving towards cloud. Keith will be giving you an overview of the different types of cloud in a moment, so I'm not going to focus on that. But provided that the deployment and the roadmap for this is properly planned and executed, the cloud will provide significant savings. You will have far less maintenance costs because you're outsourcing a lot more. You should have far lower implementation costs as a result of that. Also, you don't need to anymore go through these very heavy, highly structured procurement processes for capital equipment. You can move to an operational expense procurement done on a monthly basis. And in fact, one of the things that we offer as an organization is a cost model based around per site month, which should allow you to actually match your business needs and usage a lot more effectively. It should be scalable. Doesn't matter whether you're doing one study or 100 studies. A proper cloud environment will allow you to scale as and when you need to. As I've mentioned before, you have these lower maintenance costs, and now cloud is at a point. It's very well established. Resiliency and redundancy have been proven, and you should be expecting that. So I think that leads us to our first polling question. So back over to you, Andrew.